This initially started off by someone saying men's mental health matters 6 times in a row. All right, men's mental health matters. And then a woman said this, Denisha Carter, she said, if men's mental health mattered to men, they would be creating safe spaces for themselves and each other, pursuing therapy, creating community. Instead, they perpetuate the behavior systems that have handicapped them in the first place, refuse to support or create community amongst each other, severely damage the women in their lives who try to care for them, and attack women online for not doing the work for them in replies to the tweets like the one below. This man, all right, a very brave men's rights activist said, men had Star Wars, women invaded. Men had sci-fi, women invaded. Men had video games, women invaded. Men had Dungeons and Dragons, women invaded. Men had comics, women invaded. Men had men's only clubs, women invaded. The only thing that men have anymore is either solitary or you fuss at us for. That's right, okay? All of these women, all right, and mental health experts telling men who are struggling with suicidal ideation, all right, to go to therapy or work on themselves or untangle their trauma. No, what you need to do is read a comic book without any hoes around. That's men's mental health. All right? If there's one thing that makes a man mentally healthy, it's science fiction with no pussy. Is this guy fucking retarded? Men had sci-fi, women invaded. What does that even mean, brother? If you go, oh, I'm depressed, and I would be happy if only there was Star Wars without any fucking whores in it, you're an idiot, all right? You're never going to be happy. You're not depressed because women also like video games. You're depressed because you're a fucking loser freak who lets the presence of a woman playing the Nintendo disrupt your emotional equilibrium so much that you start tweeting insane shit like men had Dungeons and Dragons, women invaded. These are not male interest, all right? Comic books, that's a fucking medium. That's a hobby, all right? Comic books were never for men. They just naturally attracted more men than women. In the same way that like fucking knitting is not for women, it's just more of them gravitated towards it. And women aren't out there going, oh, you know what keeps me mentally healthy? The Saddle Club. That's a fucking interest, brother. If you are going to a fucking Xbox console thinking, oh, this will make me happy, you fucking lost, dude. You don't know how to make yourself happy, and you're taking those frustrations out on women. You're a fucking incel, brother. This shit is so fucking crazy. Like, also, like, people are like, oh, men used to have comic books, but then women invaded. Just hang out with men and talk about Batman. And don't invite a woman. Problem solved. Fixed it. Oh, men used to be happy when there were men's only clubs. Go to a bar and don't invite chicks. What's stopping you from doing that? Why don't you go out at night and not sexually harass any of the women there? And then you'll be happy, right? No. You'll find some other fucking reason to blame your depression on women being whores. You're a loser. You're a fucking dog. If you, as a man, blame your mental health on women, you're a fucking loser. And you're the problem. And you'll never be happy with a mindset like that. I'm telling you, bro. You got to work on you. And no, working on finding happiness isn't reading a fucking science fiction book. That's a hobby. And the hobbies are great. And interests are incredibly important for mental health to pursue. But I'm not happy because I like to fucking read One Piece, all right? That's a thing that I enjoy doing, but it doesn't, like, I'm not happy because fucking Oda Ichiro writes a good new fucking Luffy comic book. I'm happy because I chase fulfillment in my life and I work on myself and I try to build a life that I'm actually comfortable existing within. All right. And I try to eliminate things that make me unhappy. And unfortunately, women are not something that can make you unhappy. 50% of the population, that's why you're sad. Well, you have a very big task in front of you. Not even the most genocidal motherfucker on earth was like, we need to get rid of 50%. Then you'll be happy? You know what would really, and also that's so fucking crazy as well, right? For a straight guy to be saying, right? Here's example for me. I love comic books. I love reading science fiction. I love Warhammer 40,000. You know what would really make me happy? If I could find a partner that didn't give a fuck about any of that stuff. Are you fucking stupid? What do you think would make a better, like, relationship? A woman who, whenever you go downstairs to read comic books, is like, oh, what a fucking loser. He's reading those comic books again. Yuck. That's what you want? Or do you want someone to be like, what's Superman up to, baby? Wow. Oh, that Lex Luthor, he's a tricky one. There's nothing better than sitting across from a woman on the same couch in silence, both reading your books. There's one thing better, but we don't need to get into that. Men's mental health is not doing a leisure activity. I feel like men get so fucking confused where they're like, oh, doing this thing that distracts me from how fucking dejected and depressed I am is what makes me happy. No, brother, that's a hobby. And hobbies are fun and hobbies are interesting. And if you're incredibly lucky and skilled and blessed and consistent and hardworking, you might even be able to turn that hobby and passion into a career. But that is not what makes you happy. I'm not happy because for fucking 8 hours a day, I sit down at my computer and edit a YouTube video. I am like connected with my community. I'm connected with humans around me. I have a beautiful dog that I take care of. I'm a foster father. I'm in my son's life. I am connected with my mother and my father. I'm like plugged into the beautiful network of human souls around me. And I'm participating in what it means to be a human being. And if you look at 50% of the population with bitterness and hatred because 6 of them were mean to you and 1 bitch cheated on you when you were in university, you will never be happy because you have poisoned your perception of half the fucking planet. How the fuck could you be happy if 50% of the people pissed you off? That's a problem within your soul that you got to fix, brother. And this does apply to women as well. Women do this with men too because they've been hurt by men, all right? But let's be real. If you're looking at 50% of the population and going, oh, without them, I'd be happy. Without you, everyone else would be happier. You're the fucking problem, all right? If women don't like you, they are right. If you don't like women, you are wrong. Now, that might sound pretty confusing, but let's fucking have a look at that statement, all right? If women don't like you and you know they don't like you, that's a problem with your behavior, your thoughts, your actions, all right? If you don't like women, that's impossible. You haven't met all of them. You haven't interacted with all of them. You're fucking poisoning your own thoughts and you're ruining your own chance at being happy, all right? Men and women are incredibly different, and a lot of frustration arises from that. But those differences is what make us such a fucking good team if you can find the right one that meshes and props up your weaknesses while you solidify hers, all right? That's the world, baby, okay? And there are plenty of fucking dudes that I've met that I haven't liked or that I have liked that have fucked me over, but I haven't gone, oh, men are bad. I've just gone, oh, well, that fucking set of behaviors and red flags that I saw and decided to tolerate anyway, because I didn't think that if the roles were reversed, I would treat them like that, got me hurt. And that's a lesson that I have to take. And dude, and yeah, all right, I understand all the fucking the insult. Listen, bro. I didn't always have this chin, all right? So I thought this when I was so ugly that a surgeon had to intervene, and when I was broke, and when I wasn't successful in a public field, all right? And yes, as I've become more attractive, as I've become more successful, as I've become more influential, and this perceived social status has grown, which is all mostly just smoke and fucking mirrors, many more women have started to pay more attention. But you know who else has? Men as well. Straight dudes too, all right? That's human beings, dude. And it's your job to fucking weed out those things. And also, if you, as an ugly, broke, unsuccessful motherfucker, is whining that women only like you when you're successful, well, you don't even have to fucking worry about that, because that's on you. That's not you. So you need to figure out how to fucking connect with half of humanity at the level that you're at and improve yourself, and you'll find someone.